Today's extreme cheapskate that we are reacting to has been borrowing her friends and coworkers' breast milk for her own child and is also just an absolute menace for small business owners in her area. I don't want to spoil too much, but this one is absolutely insanely hilarious, so make sure you watch until the very end, as well as like this video if you enjoy my content and want to help me out. Anyways, let's get right on into it, shall we?
Whoa! What is that? It's perfectly fine. We just wash it off and it's clean.
It's missing two wheels.
So this, I guess you could say resourceful mother just found some crappy broken toy at the playground by her house. And this sentiment might sound bratty of me, like I'm not talking down on people, especially parents who are trying to be penny pinchers and be resourceful in order to make fun for their children. But there's a difference between being resourceful and literally just picking up trash off the ground. I mean, this toy truck is missing two of its wheels, and I have a feeling that most of the other toys back at home have a similar brokenness to them where elements are missing or the toy doesn't even function correctly. I mean, you can't even roll this damn truck. So what the hell is your toddler going to be doing with it for fun? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, this is going to be the slightest of all the transgressions that we see today. It's going to get much, much worse. Trust me.
All of her spare time is spent slashing her family's expenses.
When we first had Chloe, I noticed her being more frugal than she normally was.
And this is kind of interesting, but I swear this happens with parents sometimes. You have a child and your entire world and the way that you frame things in your mind changes. I think having a kid and needing to take care of somebody who is solely supporting on you is, ultimately kind of traumatic and scary, and people react to that trauma in different ways. This lady was probably raised where her family, was not financially stable, and now in order to make sure that doesn't happen, she's going to all these insane measures like what you're about to see in order to make sure that they have enough money, even though it's just said she's a model or something. So I'm sure they're making some pretty good dough here, but I don't want to assume. You're gonna see though, this lady goes far above and beyond what you need to do as a parent in order to save money.
Amy is from my yoga class. Jessica is actually one of my coworkers. This is Jennifer's milk.
That's right. This woman is actually soliciting pregnant or recently pregnant women that she knows in her life, whether it be friends, people from her yoga class, or coworkers, and begging them for their breast milk. I don't even know if there's anything bad sanitary going on here, but it just is weird to me that you are actually soliciting your friends for their breast milk and freezing that for your own baby. I mean, everybody's flavor's got to be slightly different, right? I mean, is this kid just like okay with that? Or am I completely wrong on that? Is milk just milk? I don't know, okay? I'm not out here. I was a formula baby, so this is not even a piece of my existence that I really resonate with, but this is absolutely insane. Imagine opening up this lady's fridge hoping to get a popsicle, and instead you just have bags of different women's breast milk with their names on them. That's just utterly insane.
Brandy, we do play dates with her. I mean, this is her fave. She'll drink the others, but this is more her preference.
And also, I would be kind of creeped out by this. I know it's like a resource that you are trying to just share with your friend, and I think she explains that she just can't produce this herself. So it is nice you're helping out a friend, but I guess there's probably multiple people in this woman's life who have reacted negatively to being asked about that. Like, no, my kid's gonna have my milk and that's it. Thanks.
It made me extremely cheap. People buy baby wipes, moist towelettes, but instead I like to make them at home.
That's right, we're entering our science era. I love that this is a common theme on this show where people just have the most insane MacGyver ways of making their own household cleaners or products that they use every day that they deem are just too expensive, and I get it. I mean, cleaning supplies are ridiculous. You go to Target just for like basic home cleaning things, you're leaving there $200 minimum, and I mean, that's buying the budget stuff that doesn't even feel like it cleans as good. So I do understand, but yeah, this lady's up in the kitchen mixing up soap water and literally just dumping paper towels in globs into this soapy water. I don't really know how paper towels work. I guess if you really dumb it down, that is truly the essence of what they are, but there has to be something in the way they're producing this paper that allows it to be absorbent. I mean, it's not just normal paper towels. I will admit this isn't super egregious. It's not super effective, I guess. I'd imagine it's kind of almost frustrating to clean with this crap, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
So instead of spending $200 on a changing table, I got mine for free at a gas station that was going out of business.
All right, so this is one of those moments where I'm sitting here thinking there must be a lot of things that they have to manufacture for this show because, all right, you're taking this gas station changing table from a decrepit gas station that's about to be shut down. I get it. You're trying to be resourceful. You're reusing things that otherwise would have been going to the dump, so good on you. You're telling me that this lady went out, didn't even buy some clear tape. She just bought full-on duct tape and duct taped that thing to the wall. The absolute insane presentation section of this makes me think that they really overdid this section, especially for the show, because obviously that's going to get a reaction out of us if we just see this crappy mangled piece of plastic taped to the wall. I don't even know how that holds the kid up. Have you seen those videos where people get duct taped to the wall? They have to go through like 80 different rolls, bruh. That stuff is not as strong as you think.
And as Apple has found ways to save on baby wipes and changing tables, she's also found a way to save $450 on diapers themselves.
And this is the biggest complaint I hear from people who have children. Me, I'm personally not having children in my life. That's a decision I made for myself. So this is not going to be something I face. But diapers are freaking expensive. And what does this lady do? Let me show you how she skirts around the cost of having to buy diapers for her kid, which are a pretty big essential, I'd say. I mean, you can't just have your kid pissing and crapping all over your house freely, you know? It's not like a newborn kitten or something. It's a child. They're going to be doing that a lot. You got to make sure you're covered.
Why not use t-shirts to make reusable cloth diapers?
And there you go, homemade cloth diapers.
Not only is she a scientist, she loves arts and crafts. We stan a multi-talented queen. That's right, she's using old t-shirts, which I guess is kind of cost-effective, but how many old t-shirts do you have that you're getting rid of? Because babies go through a lot of diapers, bro. I got a niece and a nephew, and all I'm gonna say is they are active. I mean, you make eye contact with one of those little monsters, and chances are they're probably straining their face, taking a dookie while making straight eye contact with you. Like, I'm telling you, you need to go through a lot of diapers, so there's no way they're actually cutting up this many shirts, but she is turning these into fully fledged diapers. And at this point, I'm thinking, when does it go from you saving money to you just straight up not taking care of your child as you should? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the line here? I feel like she is just balancing on that line like a tightrope right now.
It's really hard to start, to think of ourselves as a couple.
I plan to put the spark back in our relationship by surprising Vic with a romantic evening.
All right, so the rest of the episode is going to be her going out and getting materials / getting a makeover in order to have a very romantic evening with her husband, because since they've had a child, they're not as romantic anymore. That's a story as old as time. Let's see how she's able to spice up their love life on the cheap.
So I brought my own waxing supplies. So can you make it $30?
Yeah, so this lady's going to a waxing woman who is most likely doing this as her only source of income. This isn't like a garage sale where you can go in and haggle prices. This is a person providing you a service, and they have equipment that they are used to using that is probably of a level that they feel is appropriate for their job. So you can't just bring in a bunch of waxing materials from the store and expect to get like a half-off bargain off your waxing session. Like, if you really have the materials and you think it's that easy, why don't you just do it at home? This is the type of cheapskate activity that truly pisses me off. Like, people who are out here trying to make a buck, trying to make a living doing what they are specializing in, they're going to charge what they want to charge. Don't be trying to haggle them on that price.
Well, we had you booked for the full leg wax, and that's a $65 appointment.
You can't knock down the price, please.
And you can see this lady's annoyed. I mean, she does have the Karen haircut, so maybe that's just her resting face, but I would be annoyed too. You got this appointment made, you're thinking you're making this chunk of money for this chunk of time. It was probably made weeks or days in advance, and now you're finding out that this person wants you to only make half the money that you're supposed to make for the same job. I'd be telling you to get the hell out of here, but that's just me. Maybe she didn't want to be rude for the cameras.
She looks like she can actually afford our services.
Ah!
And she's kind of like awkwardly laughing as this lady's like wailing in pain as they're doing the waxing. I'm not gonna lie, if I was this lady and I find out that this is seriously somebody who's about to pay me half of what I've earned, I am ripping those things off so fast. Like, all right, you want a $30 wax job? You're about to get a $30 wax job.
And I brought my weave with me. So these are clip-on extensions, and I'd like you to put them on me.
Okay.
So I'll just pay the service fee.
And then she doubles down and brings out these crappy hair extensions, which there literally aren't enough to even fill out her hair. Side note, it's actually insane how much I've learned about makeup and hair just from having a girlfriend for for a few years here. It's insane that I even know that, but I'm guessing that's not enough that she brought in probably the cheapest, crappiest extensions you could buy, like off Amazon. And she just says, I'll pay the service fee. Like, no, you're not the one who tells the person doing the job what you're gonna pay. They're gonna tell you, all right? God, this lady's pissing me off.
Maybe if you have extra hair laying around, I could use it on my head.
We're gonna throw it away.
Well, you're gonna throw it anyway, so why not put it on my head?
This cheapskate actually flips the script on the Karen and becomes the Karen herself, saying, well, if you can't put this hair on my head and use some of the extra hair that's left over from your other clients, I need to speak to your manager. And shocker, the manager says the same exact thing. The rules are there for a reason, lady. Just because you want to save money, which is something that is universal, everybody wants to freaking do, does not mean they're gonna bend those rules for you.
You definitely come across some crazy people with crazy expectations, but she was by far like out there.
Yeah, you use the word out there, I would just say flat out rude. And that is someone who I would not even accept as a client from then on forward. I would not be surprised if this lady has a long and growing list of places that she is banned from because of this behavior. Absolutely out of left field. Anyways, now on to the second part. She's got to get some drip and some fancy looking garments for this exciting night of romance with her husband. So she's going to hit the thrift store and try on lingerie, which is not something I thought you'd do at a thrift store. That's just me though. You know, I've always been confused why there's even underwear there. Like, I'm not trying to get that secondhand unless you absolutely have to.
I see this woman come out of the fitting room in lingerie. To each his own. I said, okay, who am I to judge?
And Shawty's rocking out of the dressing room with this stuff on, just showing it out to the world. Like, this is supposed to be stuff that only, you know, your significant other is supposed to see on this fun night of yours. But instead, she's parading in front of this thrift shop like, oh, how does this one look? It's a little bit baggy. Like, first of all, I doubt many people are even coming in here trying this stuff on, but you know she's also going to be haggling on the price of these, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, my anger for this woman is growing the longer I do this video.
Oh, it's $3.99. Okay. So if I get 2 of these, if I buy both, would you lower down the price for me?
So she's trying to haggle on a shirt that's $3.99. The cost of one of those diapers she saved money on by making, you know, something out of her old shirt. You can afford the $3.99 for this crappy purple silk shirt, all right? Just give the man his money.
This
So I think it's a
teddy
pretty good
and
deal.
the robe will save my marriage.
If it's gonna save your marriage, I'll give you $2 off.
And the owner caves. Again, he probably just does not want to be rude for the camera, but he gives her a $2 discount, probably just to get her out the door. And she's on her way to now go have this romantic time with her husband, which we are all going to enjoy right now.
I like your hair. It's a little different.
Yeah, there's some extensions in there. Some are actually falling off, so let me clip it back on.
That's just what you want to see. Somebody struggling with their hair extensions during your entire romantic dinner. It's like, why do you even get it put in? Your hair is just fine before. Now you're just adding more sensory issues for yourself and making it awkward for your husband. But anyways, the rest of this date is just that. Absolutely awkward. I'm going to leave us off on the funniest clip, I think, from this entire episode. Watch this.
Tonight was a really good step into bringing the romance little bit back into our relationship again. It's been a while since we've actually had some one-on-one time, so.
Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm not trying to grill you, Victor, because you are just simply a victim of circumstance here. You didn't realize your wife was going to be this cheapskate weirdo when you married her and had a child with her. But he's saying this has brought the romance back into their life, and I just want to replay this kiss that they just had for you in slow motion, and you tell me if that's what romance looks like. So yeah, I think that's about as much as I can handle of this one. Let me know what you thought of this down in the comments below. As always, shout out to my Patreon supporters. Please leave a comment letting me know if you want to see more Extreme Cheapskates content, as I am on this TLC train fully, man. There's just so many good shows I'm going to start reacting to that are on the way up. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss those coming up. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out.